Hello and Grüß Gott. On this video, we're going to be changing the differential lubricant on our 2002 Lexus GS300. We just acquired this car for a class project. It has to do with a thesis project, and you'll be seeing several videos on this in the upcoming few months. So before we get started with the differential lubricant change, let me talk about safety. Always make sure you wear a pair of safety glasses when you're working. Also, you want to make sure the car's cool enough to work on, and we put it on some ramps so it's steady and secure. You need a drain bucket. You'll need a pump for the gear oil. We're going to use full synthetic 75W90 gear oil. Make sure you check with your manual to make sure this is exactly what you need, because it depends by model year, and this is GL5 rated. Also, you need a 10 millimeter Allen wrench, and you may need a driver like this, a soft hammer. And you'll need a couple of gaskets and some low-strength Loctite. And the gaskets are Toyota part number 12157-110. And we'll put all those part numbers in the description as of the video, so you'll be able to look it up and be able to order those parts yourself. And these parts can actually be gotten at Toyota. You don't have to go to Lexus. So I'll show you here in a second where the drain plug holes are and how to do it, and let's get started. All right, looking at it from the passenger side of the vehicle, this is the differential, and this is the fill plug. It's kind of up, kind of high, and you want to break this one loose first before you do any draining, because if for some reason you can't get this plug out and you drain the differential, then you're going to be in trouble. So I got it loose, so that's good. I have my drain pan underneath it, and we're going to get a different camera perspective, and we'll show you where the drain plug is. So this is the drain plug. It's down low, and you're going to loosen it up with a 10 millimeter Allen wrench first. Then after that, you'll be able to unscrew it by hand. So I'm going to do that right now, and it's going to be a little messy. So I'm unscrewing it, and the lubricant should pour out. It should be pretty viscous and thick. So hang on a minute. Trying not to drop the washer at the same time. Okay, here we go. And there it comes out. And it's splattering all over. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna let it drain out and then clean up my mess, and we'll be right back. Okay, we've cleaned the drain plug and we're gonna reinsert it. So we put some low strength Loctite on the threads. The magnet's been cleaned, and we put the crush washer on, a brand new one. And we put it so the flat side's towards the bolt here. So the part that kind of sticks up is going to be towards the differential. So I'm going to install that, and I'm going to hand tighten it real good and snug, probably 20 or 22 foot-pounds of torque. And then we're going to come back and I'll show you how we're going to go ahead and fill the differential. Okay, I've got this set up now so I can pump a quart of this fluid into the differential. It's going to take almost it's going to take about 1.4, maybe a little more quarts according to the manual. So I have 2 quarts I can work with. You always want to make sure you have plenty of extra. If you don't have a pump, you're not going to be able to do this. And it's going to be a mess no matter what you do, because you have to fill the differential up until the fluid starts to leak out. Because you want to be able to put your finger in there and feel that the top level of the fluid is at the top of the fill hole, which is the top hole. So I'm going to go ahead and put this under the car, and we'll show it here in a second as I put this into the fill hole, and I start hand pumping it, and we'll start filling it. So I have the filler hole right here, and the hose is going in from the bottle, and I have to hand pump it. So I'm not going to be able to show you all that because it's just real messy, and we're going to pump it, then I'll come back and talk about it in a minute, but because I'm going to have to block the camera to even pump it, I'm pretty sure. Like right now I'm pumping fluid in there, and I'm going to pump this whole quart, and then I will pump some of another one until, like I say, it leaks out the top, or that I can put my finger in and feel the top of the lubricant, and then it'll be full. And then I'll show you how we'll reinstall the top filler plug. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've slightly overfilled the differential through the fill plug here. You can see the excess draining out. As soon as it's finished draining out, then it'll be at the correct level so that the differential will now be full. It took about 1.5 quarts, let's say. Then I'm going to reinsert the
filler plug. I'll show you that in a minute. And I'm going to snug it up, like I said, to about 20 or 22 foot-pounds. Then I'm going to clean up all this mess. This is a very messy job, no matter what you do. It's nasty stuff, it's thick, it's messy, and it stinks. So I'll be back in a second. All right, so I've reinstalled the fill plug with a brand new crust washer. Tighten it up really good and tight, at least 20 to 22 foot-pounds. I just did it by hand. You can feel when it is fully tightened, it just wants to stop, and that's it. And also, like I had mentioned, I put some low-strength Loctite on there to act as a sealant. And that's really all there is to this. What you want to do next is record it in your maintenance log. And that's all there is to this video. Thanks for watching. Tschüss.